It's time for the Gettin Outdoors podcast, Town Country United Bank Lake Millis Ferry Weekend Hunting and Fishing Report. A weekly update on water conditions, ramp events, generating schedule, what's biting, and seasonal hunting information with outdoor reporters Joe Allen Dunn, Kevin Sims, and Shane Jones. This weekly hunting and fishing report is brought to you by the good folks at Town Country United Bank in Camden, Alabama, serving their customers for over 40 years. Town Country United Bank's highest priority is satisfied customers. Now, here's your weekend Lake Millis Ferry hunting and fishing report.
Come summertime, we're feeling fine, fishing on the lake, flipping jigs and Carolina rigs, from early morning till real late. Bonfires on the creek bank, kick back a couple beers. Yeah, we command the outdoors around here. Yeah, we command the outdoors. Yeah, we command the outdoors. Next year's does until you know winter's on the way. Brushing blinds and deer stands. Fever starts to creep. Fill our freezers full of ducks, lots of tender deer. Yeah, we command the outdoors around here. Yeah, we command the outdoors. Yeah, we
another one on the B&B
command
Silver
the
Shade.
outdoors. So grab your guns and shells, boys. Put on your camouflage. 'Cause we command the outdoors around here. We command the outdoors.
Team Bigfoot in the house.
Shane Jones Crockett.
First one, 2023, smackdown.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Town Country United Bank Hunting and Fishing Report for the Gettin Outdoors podcast, episode number 240, with the outdoor reporters Kevin Sims, Joe Allen Dunn, and Shane Jones. And we got a lot to talk about today. I just got through talking with the Alabama Bass Nation High School director, Mr. Darrell Hyde. Now, let me tell you, he does a great job with those high school kids. They coming into Demopolis this weekend, and I don't think Demopolis knows what's going to hit them. They got a high school tournament with 150 boats Saturday and a collegiate tournament Sunday with about 60 to 80 boats. So it's going to be some bass fishing going on in Demopolis, Alabama this weekend. Shane, what we got on Crappie Cast tomorrow night, 7 o'clock on Shane Jones Fishing?
I'd be John and Jessica myself, and we got a huge announcement. We're giving away a guide trip with myself and Outlaws. We've got 2 poles. We're giving a 14-footer and a 5-footer away on the trip. So we're going to run it from tomorrow night till the end of December, or the 1st of December, excuse me. And we're going to give somebody's going to win a trip. So.
All right, good deal. Kevin, you got a chance to put your different boat in the water this weekend. How did it do?
They did good. Did good. I still got to get me. I ate a little bit of trolling motor, but I went fishing. But it did good. I said I like the size. I can go where I want to go in this boat. I can get out of the way.
When you came by the house Saturday afternoon and we looked at that thing, I tell you, it's made. I don't know what model is it. What do you?
2006.
Yeah, but it's got that. It's a lot thicker than that new stuff they make them with now. That boat's sturdy.
High bottom and all that stuff. That's right.
Joe Allen, you had enough moisture to get some stuff done this weekend, didn't you?
Oh yeah, me and Hayden got everything planted. Well, actually, just before the rain hit, we got Mama's turnips planted and her collards planted. So we're gonna be eating good whether we kill a deer or not. But I'm telling you what, we seeing a lot of deer on camera. They coming in feeders right now. I think it's so dry in the woods still, and if you ain't got a whole lot of browse in there, they come in them feeders right now.
Yeah, Tommy and Jimmy got their cameras on feeders, and heck, I had to cut my notifications out. They were waking me up all night long.
Yeah, we put out salt blocks, and we put out deer cocaine. We put out stump liquor stuff, and I should have took the pictures of those stumps. You know, that we've been putting it on for years. Deer about dug that stump out of the ground. You know, it ain't nothing hardly left.
They'll do that with a salt block too.
Oh yeah, I used to put granulated salt on them. You know, like I had one I wanted to get out, just pour 25 pounds on it 2 or 3 times a year, and then get the track down there and break it off. And then, you know, which you got to put some dirt there because it won't nothing grow right there. But at least you won't have to go around it with the disc no more.
Hey, we got some events we'll go over. All you guys listening to the podcast, this won't affect you, but we are live on Wednesday afternoon and tomorrow in Beatrice, Alabama. The Alabama Natural Resource Council and the Monroe County Forest Committee will be having their South Regional Forestry Field Day and Landowner Tour at Martin Meadows, Jess Martin's place down in Beatrice. Registration in the morning from 8:30 to 9. Tour begin at 8 o'clock. They got a portable bridge they brought in there today. They're going to show everybody. Sawyer Childs will be talking about pond management with American sports fish, prescribed burning and invasive species. Tyler Sibley with the Alabama Forestry Foundation. Our buddy Marcus Owens with Owens Lumber Company. Shane's going to be there talking about his new pole mill. And Boyd Robinson will be there with Harrigan Lumber Company talking about the lumber market. So if you want to go to Beatrice in the morning, they're going to feed you, and it's going to be a great tour. That's in the morning starting 8:30 at Beatrice, Alabama. Tomorrow night in Selma, Alabama, the Alabama Wildlife Federation Wild Game Cook-Off. It will be starting at 6 o'clock at the Arts Revive. Tim Woods, I understand Tim has turned it over to somebody else, but I hadn't got their contact number. I just got Tim's contact number, so give him a call if you want tickets. I know you can get tickets at Central Alabama Farmers Co-op, Hancock's Barbecue. It's several places in Selma, but those two places, or you can get them at the door tomorrow night. This weekend in Pine Hill, Alabama, it is the annual Depot Day. That is a great event that goes on at the Pine Hill Walking Trail. It'll be all kind of good food, booths, vendors everywhere. And I mentioned this a while ago. This Saturday, the Alabama High School Bass Nation, and that's who I did the podcast with just a while ago, we'll be in Demopolis City Landing, 150 boats, 3 people to the boat, 2 students and a boat captain. And that weigh-in is something to see if y'all in Demopolis Saturday afternoon. You want to go by there and check that out. The same thing the next day, Sunday, it will be the Southern Collegiate Bass Open. That will also be out of the Demopolis City Landing, and those college kids get into it too. Also this weekend, this Saturday, the Alabama Catfish Series will also be in Demopolis. They were going out of the city landing, but they have moved it to the lower ramp. Where is that at, Shane? How do you get there?
Oh, I guess they're talking about below the dam, right? I
Yeah.
guess. That's the only, I guess it's right there. I've never been to it, but that's
Yeah,
the one I
they
figured.
built that landing down there. It was real steep and hard to navigate, but they've done rebuilt that. It's pretty nice.
Okay, they're gonna put in and stay out of that traffic and stay down there because they're gonna be ripping up and down that river since the water's so low.
Yeah.
Sloughs.
All right. Also tomorrow, this Saturday, Fish for a Cure benefit tournament at the Coffeyville State Park. $100 entry fee, 50% payoff. The rest of it is going to the benefit. Donations accepted. 205-604-9126 or 205-604-9493 if you want to know about that. And this is something I didn't know anything about. Kevin, did you know about this Hale Cup Solo Trail, this Wednesday tournament?
I have not. I hadn't heard about it.
It will be Wednesday the 25th at the Selma City Marina, and then 11:08 at the Holt Rock Quarry. And then 11/22 at Lake Mitchell, $100 membership, $50 entry fee, $10 big fish. And I talked to one of the boys that won it the other day. Golly, I can't think of their names, but they had 18 pounds the other day in the Moffless, and they said that it's a Wednesday tournament, and it's L&L Marine used to put it on. And when they sold out Bob Hale, they named it after Bob Hale. That's what the Hale Cup Solo. It's a solo tournament, so you might want to look into that. I don't know who to contact, but that is going to be the 25th. Then next week in what? Kevin?
Got the time off because you had your weekend pressure. They had a couple of days to relax. Wednesday, it's always better middle of the week. I don't care. Even if the water ain't doing right, if the weather ain't doing right, the fishing is better during the week. It ain't better than it is on the weekend.
That's
exactly right. The way the pattern works, that's the way it works, especially this time.
Next Saturday on the 28th at the Clark County Historical Museum in Grove Hill, Alabama, the 22nd annual Pioneer Day. Now, that is a great event. I've never been, but I've seen pictures where all the folks dress up in period attire, and they really do get into that in Grove Hill, Alabama.
He comes there every year. He has a big old hit and miss machine, the diesel machine.
Yeah.
And he pulls an ice cream maker with that thing. It's the daggum thing you ever seen. He got good ice cream too.
Well, they have herb making those stuff.
They do that, But he's got a big old ice cream mixer hooked to that daggum hit and miss machine. That thing's barely just like one hit. It's pretty cool.
All right, they're going to have the Pine City Classic Turkey Calling Contest in Jackson, Alabama on November the 2nd, I believe it is. And Mallory Holder, Mallory is Eddie Salter's daughter. She's trying to get up a ladies division. So if any of you ladies out there that want to get involved in that turkey calling contest in Jackson on the 2nd, you need to get up with Mallory. You can get up with her on Facebook. The Wilcox Area Chamber Big Buck Contest tickets are in place. They are at Mike's Country Kitchen, McDonald's Grocery, Coast to Coast True Value, McGraw-Webb Chevrolet, CT Ward Power Sports, Handyman Building Supply, Wilcox Farm and Hunting Supply, and I probably done left out somebody. But while we're talking about it, man, we want to send out our thoughts and prayers to Danny McDonald, who was in a terrible accident this week. He is, I don't think it's life-threatening, but it broke him up pretty darn good, man. He's in intensive care in UAB, and they trying to patch him up and fix him up. But old Danny's like me; he's pretty old, but I hope he pulls through, man. That was a terrible thing. We want to shout out to his family and let everybody know we praying for him.
He's in the best place that he can be. He's in good hands if he's at UAB.
He is. He sure is. All right, the dredging is going on Miller's Ferry. I saw them. They were all the way up in I guess they getting something out at the ramp at Ellis's Landing. They had that big old thing up in there at Ellis's, and they moved it this morning. I rode down there early this morning, and they had already moved it. But they said they are ahead of schedule, and they are going up and hitting the primary zones. And they will hit some more stuff coming back down if they don't run out of money. That's the thing. But he told me that he was way, way ahead of schedule. So that's a good thing. I hope they hit the Lotus Slough, Shane.
No, they need to leave it just like it is.
Bear sightings this week. We had a bear sighting in Sedan, and that bear is hanging around Possum Bend, Alabama. I ain't never seen one hang around like this one's hanging around. But y'all be careful out there if you're in the woods. If you see a bear, just turn and go. Most bears are gonna run from you. You won't see them. They'll see you first, and they're gonna run. Hey, Shane, I didn't get many pictures this weekend usually boat season opens up. I put a post up Saturday morning, said, show me your view from the stand. Didn't get any pictures, didn't get but 1 or 2 pictures of bow kills. But I talked to the folks at Nose to the Ground Blood Trailing Service the other day, said, go look at their Facebook page. And, buddy, they got some calls this weekend. So,
oh, yeah. They
blood
found some.
busy.
Well, there's a lot of shoulder shooting going on. Everybody forgets they got a bow and not a rifle, and they end up pulling it, a little left. And the thing about it, if you're going to shoot a deer, aim the center mast and let it go. He's not going to live, especially if you've got access to a dog. He's not going to make it. So, hey, stay away from that shoulder.
And Joe Allen has got his set up, ready. We're going to well, he's saying we're going to get that video we've been waiting on about 4 years now. What about it, Joe Allen?
Oh, on the crossbow hunt?
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't going to happen. I went down there looking for my crossbow, and I couldn't find it. I went to ask him. Everybody, Cameron said, I think Bubba come back down through here and got it. And I went up to the store. Bubba said, you wasn't going to use it no way, so he sold it.
Good for him. Good for him. You got one, ain't you, Shane?
What's that?
Crossbow.
No, my dad does. No, I don't. I got a bow. It's saying over here. I've been shooting a bow since I was 10 years old. As long as I can pull one back, I'm shooting a bow.
All right, let's get to the Town Country United Bank Hunting and Fishing Report for the weekend of October the 20th through the 22nd, 2023. And at Miller's Ferry tomorrow, October the 19th, they are pulling 3 units, 72 megawatts from 6 a.m. till 10 a.m. And then 3 units, 72 megawatts from 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. And at Jones Bluff from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., they're pulling 3 units, 60 megawatts. And from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., 3 units, 60 megawatts. And I made this table for y'all. I told y'all I was going to do it thanks to James Thomas Daly. He hooked me up, told me how to read those megawatts. And that's how you read them. Each unit at Miller's Ferry Powerhouse pulls 25 megawatts. And each unit at Jones Bluff Powerhouse pulls 20 megawatts. So if you're looking at the website and it's 0 from 25 megawatts, that's 1 unit. If it's 0 from 20 megawatts at Jones Bluff, that's 1 unit. If it's 25 to 50 megawatts at Miller's Ferry, that's 2 units. If it's 20 to 40 megawatts at Jones Bluff, that's 2 units. If it's 50 plus megawatts at Miller's Ferry, that's 3 units. If it's 40 to 60 megawatts at Jones Bluff, that's 3 units. If it's 60 plus megawatts at Jones Bluff, that's 4 units. So that is unofficial table that I made up from the information I got from James Thomas Daly. So there it is. If anybody wants that, I'll be glad to email it to you or send it to you. But that's what we've been looking for, Kevin.
That's right. You know what the best thing to do is? Get up and go out there, get in your boat and look in the riverbank and see if it's going or not.
That's what I do, Joe Allen. I go out there and drop my trolling motor and go, nope, can't fish the river today.
Yeah.
That's the way I do it.
But
All right.
in the summertime, now it's a big difference. That like they say, it's 2 units, and they right on the bottom of that 2 unit megawatts like that. They go say they running, 30. That ain't hitting on nothing now, especially if Jones Bluff putting 40 in. It looked like a pond out there, but you still got current. You got there's gonna be a little science. It's gonna take a little bit to get used to, but there's a little science to this where you figure out, and when Miller's Ferry starts before Jones Bluff or Jones Bluff starts before Miller's Ferry, it's gonna be a little figure in there where you can keep up with the water.
Yeah, but it makes sense now, Kevin. I never knew. Used to be they say you pull in 3 units and you go out there thinking it's going to be just moving, and it's not hardly moving at all. And then sometimes when they pull in 3 units, you can't fish. So keeping up with those megawatts is going to help.
Know the amount of megawatts, but like if just say Miller's Ferry is going wide open and Jones Bluff's going wide open, but Jones Bluff started 3 hours before Miller's Ferry.
Yeah,
Miller's Ferry be dropping. It'll be moving, but it won't be dropping. Yeah.
That is correct. All right, let's go on. The temperatures, Shane, I believe you told me they in the 70s, low 70s, mid 70s.
Yeah, some places it's 68, 70 Sunday. And it just depends on the color of the water, Big Daddy. You know, the crazy thing is the Tombigbee River is clear right now when I was in Demopolis, and you never see that thing clear. And, you know, of course, all Miller Ferry is clear. But, you know, if it's got a little color, it's in the 70s. If it's not, it's a little color.
69.8, 60.9 Sunday.
It's right around in there. You say 68, 72, and you'd be all over it. So
I say Jason Domain's not tuned in. Congratulations to him winning that Crappie USA tournament this weekend. He picked him up a pretty good little old check. Where were they at up there? Where was it, Shane?
Cumberland Lake in Kentucky. Real clear super lake. I think it was like 50, 60 foot low. It's a big, deep, clear lake. So.
All right, let's get into the catfish. We already mentioned the Alabama Catfish Series has moved their tournament to the lower ramp below the dam at Demopolis. So they'll be launching at 7 o'clock. It is a reeling rod tournament. It is an open tournament if you want to get in it. Keith Dixon has been catching the heck out of some yellow cat and blue cat up there at Prairie Creek. I need to get back up to Prairie Creek. I've caught a lot of crappie up there. And you saw the video I put up of Lucas and Dustin catching them skipjacks at Coffeeville, didn't you, Kevin? They were nailing.
I know right what pile of rocks they were sitting by in that video.
Well, I talked to Travis the other day, and he said he's having trouble finding skipjack up here because I think all he's doing is throwing a dead gum net off the bank now since he ain't got no boat.
Well, you know, cast net, I mean, skipjacks are quick. It's like they're hard to catch in the net. Unless you got Alcatraz, right?
Yeah. You're going to have to be throwing a Zabicki rig or some type of small
crappie jig.
Crappie, or, you know, skipjack rigs to catch those out in that main river somewhere where there's a lot of current.
Well, Joe Allen, the water temperature is down in the low 70s, upper 60s. Is that affecting the long line jugs or what?
No,
not yet.
It ain't affecting them at all. The only thing that's going to affect them is when we have a high water.
Color and high water.
And it'll change. But what we got right now, no. And I say, if you don't want a long line, you're going to have to get in a slough or a creek channel that has a main channel, say with, 15 to 20 foot of water, and run some 6-foot jugs through those.
Yeah. I mean, you can put a 5-foot, 3-foot jug out. The fish are not going to be in 2 foot of water.
No.
You put them out. You go to G's Bend and go halfway back and turn your jugs, and you're going to catch some fish or River Bluff. But you're not going to start back there in 2 foot of water and let them go.
No,
I mean, the fish are not got there yet.
They ain't gone back shallow yet. It's going to be a while. And the main thing is going to be a major high water. Then it'll change things up. Yep. But right now,
make them go back.
We stay in the same pattern.
Limb lines and shallow jugs, all that stuff.
Well, them reeling rod boys will show us what's happening down in Demopolis this weekend when we see what they catch. And
they may show out down there on that little stretch of that Tombigbee River right there.
Right up against.
Brian will be, and I ain't heard from him lately, but I'm sure he'll be down there. All right, let's go to crappie fishing. I got the privilege and the honor to go out with get in the slab sled with old Shane Friday afternoon. We went out for about 3 hours, and that was quite an experience. We went into a place and we found some fish.
Yes,
they just had a bad attitude.
They did, and the clear water's killing you, and you've seen how much bait was there. And I went back Saturday morning to that spot, and those big white crappie done left. Right now, it's just my opinion, but when the water's so clear, the shad can see, they can move freely, and when they come by, they're just dragging those fish with them. They're eating on them, and then they just get so full, and then here you come with your little jig. It's a no-brainer. It's hard to give them a bite. Even to raise up at it. And even minnows or anything. The water's so clear, and you fighting that this time of year. And you do it every year, but it's going to get better though.
How big are those small shad right now,
I don't
Shane?
know, Big Daddy. I'm guessing, 2 inches. They're not real big. But, man, there's just – I mean, when I was in Demopolis Sunday, and this is no kidding, I could not stow to see my target. There was so many shad going by. You have to literally get up, wait for them to get out of the way. And what they were doing right where the tree forks, where the trunk of the tree is there, they was all wadded up, the crappie were, and you drop your bait in there, and one would nip up at it and grab it. And, it was just so – and there might be 30 fish there. It was just – they're just lethargic and act like they're just full of shad. I mean, I'm sure if you catch them in the right mood, but right now it's just timing. Catch it in the right mood. Hope you're there when they bite. It's just one of those things. It's just sporadic. There's no certain pattern where you can go, hey, man, I'm going to go catch me 20 fish without covering a lot of water. It's just like I said, they can see too well. There's a lot of bait.
I talked to Mike Lickens the other day, and he was, when we had talked about all the catfish he'd been catching, the little channel cat, he said that he was hunting crappie, and he just found a little wolf pack, 10, 12 fish. He said he'd throw it in there, and he'd catch 2 or 3, that he'd look at it, catch 2 or 3 bass, and he'd go down and catch 2. And he was tipping a jig with a minnow. And he said he got hung one time on a tree. He said he picked another pole up right there, and he wore they butt out. So they run in there and swarmed up on that hung up fish. And he caught a sack of catfish off that top after them daggone other fish run up in there where that one was probably regurgitating and all that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you don't, like I said, it's, to me personally, it's just hard to say, like me and Big Daddy, we got in the boat, went straight to that stump, and how many fish were there, Big Daddy? 20, 30? I mean, I caught Big Daddy caught a pound, 30, 40 fish. I caught a 170, and there were bigger fish sitting there. You could physically see them, and they would just kind of go up at your bait and go right back down. I told
you filmed it, Shane, and put it on and I think I put it on my Facebook page. You could see the jig coming through there. You could see those they look like dinner plates.
Oh, yeah, and they would just kind of go out your bait and go down, and you just couldn't. Like I said, a live scope's nice, and it will show you what's there, but it will not make them eat. I mean, I learned that over and over, and it will humble you. But when the water gets a little stain to it, there's not so many, much bait going by. They'll be opportunists then. They'll eat what's coming by instead of being the same. Hey, the water's clear. I can see, 4 feet. I'm just going, they know.
That's why you like that muddy water in February.
Exactly, Joel. And you seen me. I love that muddy water. Put it on their nose, and they got to eat. It's like me in a closet with a hamburger. You turn the lights off, hey, I'm going to eat it, son. You leave the lights on, and I might be full. I'm going to wait. But if you turn the lights off, and I'm worried about somebody coming in there, I'm eating that hamburger.
Hey, Jimmy went off yesterday evening, Shane, and he caught a bunch of little ones. He said he had 3 or 4 keepers, but he said all those big ones were where he was on stumps. And so the big ones just ain't biting for us.
They're probably, like I said, they're like big. Joe Allen's saying the shad are bigger right now. They're not little bitty, and it doesn't take many of them to get the crappie full. So, you're just fighting a couple of different conditions right now, and and it's going to get better. And like I said, if you get the opportunity to go, I'm marking spots every trip. I may be aggravated the crappie, but I'm marking stumps. I'm marking brush piles. I'm making brush piles or stake beds. I'm finding other people's stake beds. Just cover some water and enjoy your time on the water, and just the fishing, just fishing,
That's right. Kevin, Randall, and Tommy had a good day Saturday. Could you get any information out of him?
No, I didn't even talk to him about it. And I got a couple of pictures that I didn't have that good a day Saturday fishing of the wind. I mean, Sunday the wind was terrible, but that I saw a picture of a live well full of fish that was caught Sunday evening, and I don't know if it laid down. And one of the pictures I got was from people at Miller's Ferry. One picture was from folks in Demopolis, but they had a nice box of fish, And but I don't know if it was the pressure from that front. That cold front kind of hit Saturday, and I think it kind of boogered them up a little bit worse than they were, And the wind was awful Sunday for me. But the fish I saw, they caught them in the evening Sunday, but evidently the conditions had gotten a little better,
But Sunday evening, you was dove hunting with me.
Yeah, but I going back because I would give out fishing in the wind.
Yeah, Hey, we need some rain, guys. I mean, that's all it boils down to for all the fishing. Everybody knows the bass fishing, everything. It's just so hard to pattern fish right now because, like I said, you got to clear water. And that river's always got some color to it, not as clear as it is. But when you pull on the Tom Digby River and you can see your jig down there 14, 15 inches, that's unheard of. I mean, it's going to color a cardboard box, so.
Yeah, I talked to a guy that was at Lay Lake up there, and he was pouring concrete on a boat ramp, and he said that they've already started drawing Lay Lake down a little bit,
right. Yeah.
Stuff. But he said that it's not as low as it normally is, this time of year.
All right, I got a message for all three of y'all. I got a message the other night for me to tell all three of y'all you better catch all the crappie you going to catch. Because in the next few weeks, Travis is going to have his new boat decked out with a live scope. And he said Joe Allen done told him where every fish is above the dam, and he's going to figure them out below the dam.
Hey, you mark my word. Hey, Travis will be carrying me on trips below the dam in 3 or 4 months. Write that down. He's going to put me on fish below the dam. Write that. And I'm telling you, write it down right now.
Hey, he's relentless now. He sure is.
All right, I'm gonna be down there at Cobb's Landing cutting his tires.
Hey, he told me if you will build him a boat shed, Joe Allen, he will leave that boat at your house and you use it.
Yeah, that'll work. I'll find out.
Hey, I'm glad for him. Hey, he's ordered him a nice boat and it all worked out. And he's gonna be ready. I mean, he already can catch them because he's been in a boat with Big Daddy myself, and I've done seen it. So,
all right, let's talk about bass fishing. I mentioned a while ago the Hill Cup Solo Trail on Wednesdays. That'll be the 25th at Selma City Landing if you want to fish a Wednesday tournament. Maddie had her tournament this weekend, her championship. Walter White and Darrell Hilton won it with 14.44. And, of course, this weekend, the Alabama Bass Nation High School is at Demopolis Saturday, and the Southern College Open is there Sunday. Kevin, if them high school boys want to win Saturday and them college boys Sunday at Demopolis, what they got to do?
Spots. Fish. The fish that won this weekend, mostly spots, and the water temperature is starting to get the spots going. That a bonus largemouth gonna be good. The water's not quite cool enough to drive them in there where you can find the concentrations of them this side of the river. It's gonna be cuts, and there the Black Warrior. There's some banks you can do good on. I ain't never really found me a lot of banks on the Tom Digby to fish. Because you got bar traffic that stays so nasty with the waves crashing on it, but. I think that the fall pattern is getting a little bit better. Fishing your cuts, fishing some red clay banks, some find your eddy on an inside curve, something like that. But I think spots is going to be the predominant fish, even on the Warrior River. The spots is going to be the deal.
You don't think that
on this largemouth in there early? You whack one of them, because you pull up in a lot of these cuts there, and you're gonna catch a 13, 14 inch largemouth. If you get on the right one, you may catch 10 or 15 and 10 or 15 casts. But that ain't gonna win you nothing. But if you hit the right spot, but how big tournaments, it's Demopolis, it'll fish small in a hurry, and you got to. You gotta you gotta have a little research, a little pre-fishing, and try to get in the right areas because if you're fishing sloughs and cuts, you're gonna be limited in fishing fresh ones because it's gonna be somebody every one of them you go to. So if you find some fish practicing, you need to get there, you need to commit to it, and go on and fish it good, and don't move for a considerable part of your morning. But once you get good limit or a decent sack, then take a chance, start moving around, hunting you a bank, a treetop, because I don't think wood is right there yet, but it ain't far. You know what I mean? On the bass that I think as it cools on down, you be able to, it's so clear, like Shane was talking about, normally this time of year, you can start throwing a spinnerbait around this wood whenever, and this sounds crazy, but like, you're on the lower end, you're in the lower 10 mile, they lock a boat down like that, it's just like Miller's Ferry turned the powerhouse on. Yep. You need to be in the right spot at the right time, and you can take a bait and throw it up in a treetop, let it float down in there like that. You better have both hands on it. You're going to get something, get a hold to it.
That's exactly right. I've caught some 4 or 5 pound.
They lock in boats down, it will generate a lot of current in the lower 10 miles of both rivers, every time they do it. And especially if you catch, you run the river down and you see 3 or 4 bars, you're like that, they're going to put them through once a time. It's going to be business. All you got to do is get on you a good point,
That's good advice. And I hope some of them boys are listening tonight, because they coming in here Saturday. And I want to wish all them high school anglers and all them collegiate anglers Sunday good luck and welcome to Lake Demopolis. I tell you, it's going to be.
Kevin, have you ever been up to Limestone Creek way upriver above Lock 5? You ever been in there? I just, it's a pretty big, it's probably the biggest body of water, besides French up the river. I haven't been in there in a while.
I've been past German, I've been past the entrance to the steam plant. How much further is it from there?
It's about from the entrance of the steam plant. You got what they call Budweiser on your left. You used to have a Budweiser sign. It's about 5 or 6 more miles up there on your right. It's shallow, and you can actually get in there, and there's a few stumps, but when you get in there, it's just a big lake full of stumps. And I've never been in there bass fishing. I've been in there crappie fishing a good bit, but
does it have creek coming in?
What's that?
Does it have a creek running in the back?
Oh yeah, it's got a creek channel. Then when you get in there, but to me, if I could get away from them boys, that's where I'd be running. I'd run up there.
And I think that if I was going, if I had a couple of days, I would probably practice further away from the city landing.
Right. It's about from city landing. It's probably what. It might be 30 minutes, 25 minutes.
Yeah, in an average bass boat, it ain't over 25-minute run.
Yeah. No, it's I think, like I said, I've been in and out of them creeks. They're real low. You just need to be careful, guys, because some of them things ain't a foot deep going in them now. I blowed the alligator out of one Sunday, and I've never heard an alligator blow out water, but I come out of the creek, and a guy and his wife was sitting beside me, and I turned to my right. I told Big Dad, I heard something go like a dolphin. I said, what? And I thought it was a log. And I heard it blow, and it was a big old 10-foot gator just coming right beside my boat. Whoa. I didn't want to say nothing because she was there, and I said, man, look at that big gator. She starts videoing it. She didn't realize it was 3 feet on the other side of the boat.
You run over him, squirted out of it.
Exactly.
All right, y'all. This is the last weekend for the first season of dove season, and my doves have gone. Have you talked to Rick, Joe Allen? Still?
They gone, and we, like me and Kevin, we went to Bass Eye and looked, and we changed our pattern. We started off dove hunting, and then we decided to mix drinks and do something else. So
I did not take a weapon. I went down there and strictly to supervise.
All right, deer. Both season came in last weekend. We've already touched on that. Shane sent me a great video. I think your brother sent you a big old buck eating some corn, crunching it like cereal. Yeah. And I put a video up of some game cameras of some natural browse that deer are eating. We mentioned the Wilcox Area Chamber Big Buck Contest has started. Tickets are available. I didn't see many bow kills. I did get a few Sunday and Monday, but it's just bow season just ain't like gun season, but it is some action.
Big Dad, I learned something this weekend.
What's that?
Well, I was sitting up on the tailgate looking across this clear cut, and there was some light green patches of I've always grew up calling it dove weed. Yeah. And it was like just a little green, it hadn't really got going, it ain't still really, really dropping yet. And me and Joanna were talking about it. Well, I said, Ricky, what the real name of it is. So he took a picture like them. It's called Woolly Croton.
Right.
C-R-O-N. That's the first time I've ever seen that. And I mean, there was no doubt. you can actually buy this seed. It's really, really good dove forage.
That is dove stuff.
And so like, I'm gonna be like, I got me some new stuff. So I said, Don, you know what the real name of dove weed is? He said, Woolly Crow. He said, who don't? I said, dang.
But Kevin was sitting there watching the plants, and he said he watching all
like a party favor. Poof, he shot the seed out of it.
Seed everywhere.
Yeah. It was like funny. And I thought I was going to get one over on Lauderdale, and I come over and asked him, and he said, Woolly Crow. And he said, who don't? I said, damn.
All right. What about rodeo, Kevin? We ain't heard about no rodeo here lately.
Well, you know, they don't have another college rodeo for a couple of weeks, and Brody had a rough practice Monday, and he got hung up, and then I wouldn't even post a video. It was bad, but he's okay. He's been going to trainer. You know, they told me he felt good today, but it was pretty bad. But he turned out. I think he's gonna be all right. Nothing tore up. You know, he got kicked and drugged and popped a bunch of times. He didn't rode his horse 3 or 4 times. You know, he got out of balance and got over on the wrong side, and he took some really rough kick. Took two direct kicks in the kneecap, and then one behind his knee, and then one on the side, the other knee, and 2 or 3 in the leg, and stomped his pants off. He was his blue jeans was around his ankles when he hit the ground.
Oh God.
That's
But
dangerous.
he worked. He went to school. He been going to school and working. You know, he was hobbling around. But he went to see the trainers. You know, and the UWA trainers. You know, they the best in the world. You know, I mean, RT Floyd trains the best people in the world, and they put Brody in a cold bath, 49 degrees, and he said he made 8 minutes. But he said I was shivering when I went to bed. But he said that. He felt better this morning. He said he was going back tonight at 5. I don't know if they're going to do that again or heat or something. He was going back to see the trainer.
Well, I hope he does all right. All right, Joe Allen, done sports. Bubba done got your crossbow and sold it. You done sold a lot of archery stuff or what?
No, we got a lot of archery stuff on sale, closeout stuff. Need to come look at that. But the big thing is we got a lot of great clothes in. That new old school. We got
vintage.
We got the vintage old school. We got the old school green. That stuff looks good. Got a bunch of browning clothes coming in. So, that's the whole thing with us there. We got clothes that you don't pull into any store and get, and we got a lot of guns in too right now. A whole lot of Glocks come in for the home defense people. And got a lot of Savage guns for the, that's a mid-price range rifle that shoots really, really good. Somebody can come in there and get, a rifle and scope combo for under $500. And that's hard to find.
All right. Crappie Cast live tomorrow night on Shane Jones Fishing every Thursday night live at 7 o'clock. Shane and John and Jessica, you're going to be talking about your trip to Florida this weekend?
Yeah, so we're getting ready to talk about this school and crappie, and hopefully it won't be long on Miller's Ferry. They'll start doing it, but I'm headed to Lake Talcott to chase a few fish, and John's headed to Del Hollow. They got a big tournament up there next week, deep, a clear lake, and they're going to fish that tournament. But we put out a real good podcast yesterday on Spotify about making brush piles, and John went over different kind of brush piles and how to float them, and it's great information. He shares about how to top the tops and keep them flat like you do your shrubs. That way you don't get hung up, trying to get to a fish. But it's good information. You get a chance, get on Apple Podcast and Spotify and listen to it. It's on YouTube also.
Well, I'm going to go listen to it because we were talking about floating those spiders.
That's right. We go into that, Big Daddy. Sure do.
And I was thinking about the way he was talking about floating them 6 foot off the bottom. But if you get hung up or something, I reckon you could pull them up. But I want to hear what he says about that.
Yeah, he'll tell you about it. He goes into a little detail about different type of stuff. And I fished a bunch of brush piles he's put out. We catch a lot of fish off of them. So.
You
All
know,
right,
clothing
guys.
like that gives them all that shade. That's what they want.
Well, exactly. It acts like a natural stump. You know, you see those stumps and all the root ball below it's all washed out. So they'll tuck under that thing. So the same way with that porcupine and stuff, so floating it up.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you. Another good show. Appreciate all the information y'all bring us every Wednesday afternoon on the Town Country United Bank Hunting and Fishing Report. I want to once again welcome all the Alabama Bass Nation High School anglers and the Southern Collegiate Open Collegiate anglers to Demopolis this weekend. Good luck. We'll have a report on that next week right here on the Town Country United Bank Hunting and Fishing Report. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week.
Pap taught me every critter's track and how to set a hair trigger on a trap. He taught me to shoot, scale, and skin and make a snare with a leather strap. He taught me to be a part of the woods and all his woodsy tricks. Said you gotta walk soft on 2 light feet and try not to break no stick. I thank Daddy for my savvy, how to hunt and how to carry anything that I might need to get a piece of skillet meat. How to walk and how to hide, how to crawl and how to slide, how to sneak, stalk and climb and do it all on 2 light feet.